Hello everyone, welcome to Workshop Wednesday. And today we're going to do some warming up and some workshopping using the wall in order to get us into Trikonasana or triangle pose. So I'm just going to be working on workshopping the spinal twist for this one because it's something that I see a lot with beginners and people that are just a little bit tighter through the muscles of the back. That they're not necessarily getting the twist that is required for the pose. So in order to warm ourselves up for this one, and hopefully you can do a little bit of stretching, pause the video and do a little bit of stretching, but warming ourselves up into some twisting. I'm going to let the arms flop and then I'm going to start to take them from side to side. And we can let the chin go in the same direction. Just loosen up whatever's going on in the back. My feet are at least hip distance apart for this because I don't want this to be a balance. I've still got some support through the core, of course, and pulling the belly in, which is really important. I just want to make sure that I'm not kind of flopping around too much, so that I've still got an erect spine. So once I've done that a few times, I can come and I can bring the feet a little bit closer together, perhaps take an arm up and a bit of a lateral flexion. Just using this as a warm-up. Don't worry how far you're going, just take some time. And then we're going to come and face the wall. I want to open up a little bit through the pectoral here. I'm just going to do one side of each so you can see what's going on, and then feel free to repeat the video on the other side. So I'm going to take a hand, I'm going to place it to my wall. You'll see my middle finger is pointing up towards the ceiling there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial my hand outwards. So a little bit of a dialing outwards. Now you'll see that there's a bit of a V between the index finger and the thumb that is pointing up. I move nice and close in towards this elbow. What that has done is it's brought the elbow forward and pushed the shoulder back. Now I rotate my feet around, away from the elbow. And I'm making sure that as I turn my hips that I'm not placing too much strain on the knee, so I don't want to keep walking the feet if the hips aren't turning. Make sure you still breathe through this. It's a bit of a shoulder opener. You'll also feel it into the pectorals. And then we're going to come on out. Now I'm going to work myself so that my back is to the wall. My feet here, I'm going to step into that warrior two position, but I'm not actually going to bring my bottom to the wall here. I don't want to lock onto the wall, so I'm just a tiny bit away. Arms are going to come out, swing the hips backwards, reach the arm forwards, that front arm, and then bring it to the inside edge. You can bring it on top, but I like the inside edge of the leg. Keep pressing down with your big toe. And then reach up with the top hand, and you can really see, you can use the wall as a guide. If your top arm has fallen forward, you're going to come up a little bit. Yeah, so don't try for depth. This is what I see a lot of. Come up a little bit and then work the top shoulder towards the wall. You don't have to touch, especially if you're a little bit away from the wall, but it's a good visual reference. Get parallel with the wall and then keep breathing. Remember, you can always gaze down, you don't have to gaze up. Come on back. For the last thing we're going to do here is we're actually going to turn towards the wall. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come into a triangle pose, and then I'm going to turn the chest a little bit. So I'm going to set up my triangle pose as per usual. Swing the hips back, a little bit of straighten through the front leg, but not locking the joint. We come on in. Again, I'm using the wall as a visual aid, and then from there I can bend the elbow, place the hand at the wall, and all of a sudden I've got just a little bit of pressure at the wall there. You can see how that will move my top shoulder backwards. So I'm just focusing on spinal rotation. I'm not focusing on how far down I'm coming. If I need to bring it up more, I bring it up more in order to get the shoulder back. And then I come on up when I'm ready. Try that on the other side as well. Make sure you're working evenly, and then come into a full triangle away from the wall and see if it helps you improve your practice. Don't be afraid of using a block underneath the hand if you need it as well. For extra support, you can always use more props. Thank you so much for your attention. Namaste.